Hello everyone, welcome to this new video to learn about Salesforce Flow and how to use screen flow more specifically with the lookup field. So let's jump into that. We will create this flow together. So what I do is I'm on my Salesforce instance and I will go into setup and write flow. Okay, so I click on flow. Then what I will do is I will create a new flow and then I will specify that I want to create a screen flow. So as you can see, there is different type of flow and me, I will choose a screen flow. I click on create. And what I will do is I will choose freeform to see all the elements available, and I will create a screen. So in this screen, I can give a name. So let's imagine that we are in the real estate industry and we want to create a form for registering a new property. So I will create a form new property, and I will write this is a form to register a new property. Okay. So now what can I can do is I can add like the address of this property. So I will call that API name. So I will call that address and property. So property address. And I will add an underscore. Okay. And then what else can I add? I could add a pick list as well. So for example, I add a pick list and I can write property type. So here we will define what type of property it is. So we could say, for example, is it a unit? Is it a house? Is it an apartment? Or and maybe a loft. Up, perfect. What else could we add? The URL. So I can add a URL, and let's imagine we will say that is real estate URL. So like realestate.com basically, to list this this URL, this property. And another thing that we could add is like the price. So a number I would add, and I would say pricing. Okay. So now I have a basic screen of my workflow that I can connect to the start. I can save that and we will create the name of the flow. We will save it and we will call that register property. And we will click on save. we will click on debug, and we will see the way the flow works. So here we are loading the flow. Okay, so we have different debug options. We are clicking on run. And here you can see this is the form that we will use. So let's say I use an address. I will say 123 Pitt Street, city Sydney, state New South Wales, postal code 2000, country Australia, property type house, URL. I will just put Google right now as a URL, and pricing 2 million. Okay, so now we have the form, but as you can see, nothing happened. Like the form is working correctly, but nothing specific happened. So what we will have to do is go back in Salesforce, and we will click on Object Manager, and we will create a custom object. So this custom object will name is register, will be property. And we will allow report activity, and we will save. So we are saving, and now we will create some field, the field that are related to the flow that we just built together. Because at the end, the flow will take input from a user and will push this input into a custom object. So let's create the different fields. So I will just have a look street. So we will create okay, so I just created all the field that I need. Now what I will do is I will save my flow. I will just refresh my browser, and I will map the field from the form to the custom object. So I drag and drop the element create record, and I will call that fill out property object. Okay. Oh, up. And here I will select use separate resources and literal value. And in object, I will call property. So like the custom object that I just created. And I will click down. I will link that, and I will click on it again. And now I will add the different field. So what I do is I know I have around 10 field. I do that. And here I will check for street. I will call street. After I have city. After I have postal code. After I have states. After I have country. After I have property type. After I have URL. And after I have pricing. Okay. Now I need to map with the value that from the custom object. So here are the field, the custom field that I created in the custom object. I need to map that with the value that my screen flow take as an input. So I will search for it. So here I will click on address and then street. Okay. Here I will click on address and then city. Here I will click on address and then postal code. Here I will click on address and then state. Yep. Here I will click on address and then country. Here I will click on so here it's a pick list. So I will search for the pick list. Oh yeah, I think it's here. This is this property type here. Here is the URL, real estate URL. That's how I call it. And I need to click that. And we will select the value. Okay. And here pricing. Okay. Okay. So it seems to be fine. So I will save my flow. And I will just launch a quick debug to test if it's working properly or not. So I click on 365 Kent Street, Sydney, New South Wales, 2000, Australia, property type, apartment, URL, Google, pricing 2 million. Beyond. Okay, and here it's working. So now what I will do is I will activate it and I will go into home. I will create a new tab. And I will create a custom object tab. And my object will be property. Tab style, I will just take this one. And I will click on next. Next, save. Okay. So I have created that. Now what I can do is I will just have a look at the instance from a user point of view. And I will add property just behind file. Okay. So now you can see I have my custom tab property, and here I can select all the property, and I will just edit the colon. I will put select field to display, and I will say street, property type, pricing, created by, and I will save. So now let's resume that. Let's say I will be able to create opportunity. No, I will be able to register property from the flow. And what I can do is, let's say I go on opportunities, and I just take this opportunity, and let's imagine that we only register the property in the negotiation stage. Then I will add the flow here. So what I do is edit page. Then what I will do is I will add a flow. So here will be my flow. And I will select register property. That's the name of my flow. And I can add a filter to say if the stage in opportunity is equal negotiation, then display the flow. Otherwise, do not. So I save. So, and I click on activate. I click on next, save. I should be able to go back. And now you can see that I have the register property flow just here. So let's imagine that I'm in inspection. I do not see the flow, but once I complete the stage inspection, I can click on mark stage as complete, and I will see my screen flow register property in negotiation. I can add a new property. So let's say 111 common 111 Commonwealth Street, and I will go on realestate.com, rent up. I just take an example. Up. I put the URL here. Property type apartment, pricing, let's say 3 million, and I can click on next here. And here, this has been saved directly. I can go in property, and here I can see that my object receive a new record, a new property that is 365 Kent Street. Now, what I want to do is to add like the two lookup field, one that is related to the account and one that is related to the opportunity. So what I will do is I will go back to my flow, and I will go into screen. I will add a lookup field that I will call account. But before that, I need to go into my object manager, and I need to click on property. So I click on property. I click on field and relationship, new. New lookup relationship. Next. Related to, we will relate that to an opportunity. And then we do next. We click visible. We click next. Then we save. So now we have the field opportunity here. What I will do is I will call that opportunity property. The field API name is opportunity _ CC. The label will be opportunity, and the object API name is property _ C. Okay. So they say you do not have access to this record. Why? Field API. Oh, I didn't copy it correctly. So I will. My object API name is property. So we click on done. We save it. And then I will debug it. So what I will do is I will just search for an opportunity, a random one, and I will click next. It seems to work. So I will do the same for account. I will click here, lookup. Okay. Now I will go into my object, and my object is property. Now I will go and click on field and relationship. I will click on new, and I will click on lookup relationship, then click on next. I will select account, and then I will just continue. Make it visible. Next. Save. Then I can have a look on my field. So the field that I will call that account property. The field API name will be account underscore C. The label will be account. The object API name will be property underscore C. I will click on the element create record, and then I will need to fill out and map the different fields. So I click opportunity, and here I will call opportunity property, and I will say record record ID, and I will go in accounts, and I will say record accounts. I click on done and save as, and now I activate it. Let's try again. Let's say I'm on opportunity. I click on Edge SLA. I choose the account pyramid construction and opportunity pyramid construction. I take a random address. Tac. I click on next. And I go to property. Now I see that my opportunity and accounts are linked to my property that I've just listed. And what I can do that is interesting is that I can open my opportunity and open my account. And I can edit the page. And I will add a related list here. So we are on the opportunity, and I can do that up. Related list. Oh, I need to take the single one. Single related list. And sorry. So I will say parent record uses opportunity, related list, properties, and here I will have the properties that is related, and I can click on save. And after that, I can here we are on the account, so I can click on the gear icon, edit page, and we can add the single list as well, related list, single, and here we say properties, and here we will see the properties that are related. So if I activate that, I click here, save, save, Save. Okay. So now, as you can see, we have like the property that are related. If I click here, boom, I can see that my property is related. And I can also see on the opportunity which property is related. So here, for example, on my opportunity, I can see that I have an opportunity that is related. So what I propose is to do a scenario again. So let's say I'm in opportunity. You must have some opportunity that are already here. Let's just pick one. So I do everything I need to do in my path, like a sales process. And when I arrive on the stage negotiation, what I did is I created a screen flow where we can register a property. So I will register a property, let's say 243 Piermont Street, city, Sydney, state or province, New South Wales, postal 2009, country Australia, account, we can say that it's related to express logic and transport. Property type, it's an apartment, or should I say a unit. And opportunity, it will be related to express logic transport. So we will pick this one. And pricing, we are around 1 million for this unit. And if we go on realestate.com and we see it, I can pick the link and copy the URL. So I click next. And here, as you can see, like if I refresh my browser, you will see that if I go in opportunity, there is a unit that have been created, like a record that I have been created for this unit directly into the custom object properties. So I click on it. And here I can have all the information that I have filled out in this form, including the opportunity and the account that is related to this opportunity. So if I click here on my opportunity, I can see that I have a property that is already listed. And if I go here, I can directly see the account related to this property, and the property is listed here. And all of this has been created with this screen flow. Basically, what we are doing is we are creating a screen flow that is in fact a form to register a property. And once the user fill out the form with information, we are filling out a custom object called property automatically. And this can appear in the opportunity page layout, the account page layout with a flow component, and the opportunity page layout with a flow component. So thank you for watching this video, and let me know if you have any question. Thank you.